I came across this thick female with big breasts and thick in all the right places, if you know what I mean, on tag. I could tell from her profile that she had a lot of men after her. That is why I never said nothing to her. After she accepted my friend request, nowadays most good-looking females have a lot of men waiting to drink their bathwater. Me personally, I didn't want to be in that group. Some time goes by, I came across her Facebook page. Somehow she popped up in my people you may know section. That is when I noticed who our mutual friend was. I sent her the friend request. She accepted my friend request within a few hours. The first thing I did was read her wall for signs of her being single and see if she had different pictures on Facebook than the pictures on tag. It took reading 4 posts for me to know she was single. I DM her. We engaged in small talk. Day after day, it seemed like we seen eye to eye on a lot of things until I noticed we only talk when I reach out to her. The communication was never both ways, meaning her reaching out to me. It was always me making the first move. When I noticed that, I take that as my sign to back off. I think a few days went by. She asked me to stop by. She told me where she lived. I told her I knew where the park was. I headed to her house. When I was in front of her house, nobody was out the door. I called to see where she was. She told me she was on the porch. I asked her where on the porch. She told me she walked out to the curb. I asked if she see my white van. When she said no, that is when I realized I drove to the wrong park. That when she went off. See, I don't like men that don't listen. How we gonna be together and you can't follow simple directions? I told her I would be there in a few minutes. I would hit you back once I get closer, then hung up. I pull up in front of her house. We greet one another with a hug, and then I asked how was her day. She replied, damn, you can't offer to take me out to eat or nothing. You ain't offered to take me to Wendy's for a 4 for 4 or nothing. I was planning to go out to eat once I left her house. I asked her to ride with me to run an errand that would give us time to vibe out. I had to head back to T-Mobile. Instead of them putting a new SIM card in the phone I bought, they put the old SIM card into my new phone. Now I don't have a SIM card for the old phone. We talked good all the way to T-Mobile. Inside T-Mobile, we vibed good. The customer service guy thought we was a couple. All we did was kept the 4 of us laughing while learning new short codes that you can enter in your phone to have the police rush to your rescue. Within minutes, we was on our way. I decided to stop by one of my fish places that was right on my way to her house. We arrived in the drive-thru, order our food. Now the combo got real deep while we wait on our food. We discussed different matters that are important to a successful relationship. At the time, I noticed most of the things she spoke on was advice her brother gave her. Most was never nothing she learned from past relationship. Within minutes, she made it clear she had nothing to offer me other than good looks, sex, and home-cooked meals. She revealed that on her own after telling me her situation. That is when I made my mind up that she would be a burden to me because she was where I used to be, but she had a lot of good. But the important bad things outweighed the blessings she was doing in her life. Once we got our food, we head back to her house, still deep in convo about some of everything. The convo ended once I dropped her off. After I drove off, I told myself never again. I did this video to open women's eyes up to the nonsense they be on, but claim it is the men's fault they are single. Men are part of the reason, just not all the reason. I have this theory that if a woman has been single longer than a year with herself together, that that it is time to check yourself. You are 95% of the reason you are single. From now on, I am exposing women for the bullshit they be on the phone calls, screenshot, texts, and DMs. I hope to open women's eyes that they realize their errors and correct them before they end up 60 years old, still single and never married. I agree, a lot of games are being played between men and women. The real will always recognize the real. Remember that. I am praying that someday the world realize random dating will never lead to nothing serious. Once men can't afford to take women on dates, women going to move on to the next man that can. Men shouldn't have to spend money to get to know women. What is wrong with getting to know one another through talking over the phone until you both is ready to invest more? When I say talking over the phone, I mean both the man and woman calling one another when you cross each other's mind. Both of you carry the convo. Real women won't allow a man to take her out right after they just met. What is wrong with a date that don't cost nothing, like walks in the park, walks downtown, or drive around the city and talk the day away?